What's up, everybody? This is Omar, back at you with my second video. My first video back on my channel from last year was on the Corsair Nightsword gaming mouse. So some of you might be thinking, wait, Omar, you reviewed a gaming mouse that kind of is in a different tier. So why are we taking a look at little minifigures? Well, this video is technically a two-in-one. The reason I say this is because, yes, this is going to be the little minifigure review on these characters, but also this is kind of our first look into Halo Infinite and the different characters / different customization we might be seeing. Now, shout out to Hidden Xperia, Halo follower, and every other YouTuber that's been covering Halo, especially in these months leading up to the July Infinite reveal. Kudos to them for actually talking about these minifigures when they were leaked a couple months ago, and then when they were quote-unquote officially revealed by Mega Bloks. This is going to kind of be a little bit of an answer to their videos, and also a figure review for the rest of you who collect the Mega Construx figures. As of the recording of this video, all of these minifigures can be found at Target. I was actually strolling by there today after dinner and found all of them. An entire box filled with them. And I apologize to the Target workers. I kind of messed up the box because I was just rummaging through trying to find the best possible versions of all of these figures. Apologies. But without further ado, let's go into this review / speculation and discussion on Halo Infinite and these characters. So, first and foremost, I'm actually going to start off with, if we can actually get the camera to zoom in on this guy. There we go. Perfect. So, you'll notice that this is the Spartan Recon. And come on, camera. Focus. Focus, camera. Yeah, I'll just leave it down here. You guys can see. Yeah. So, this Spartan Recon is probably my least favorite out of the bunch, seeing as how he's kind of got this, I don't know, Syracuse color to him. And if anybody is a sports fan watching this or a fan of lacrosse, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. And actually, speaking of lacrosse, I'll get to that figure here in a moment. Because I have a funny joke. It's a Cornell versus Syracuse joke, but whatever. So, this Spartan Recon, if he is truly from the Halo Infinite multiplayer, it's kind of interesting because, and actually I'll just go ahead and take him off of the stand so we can better work with him. So, as you can see, he's actually rocking the Halo Reach version of the Recon, as well as the Halo Reach armor. Nothing, it's not like it's specifically Mark 7 or Mjolnir Gen 3 armor. It looks like it's just plain Jane Reach armor. Specifically the Commando, and I'll just move the assault rifle here. Specifically just the Commando chest plate. So, but this is his first look at a small version of the assault rifle. Very much the Reach rifle, but of course kind of slimmer up here. Since Infinite is rocking the Reach rifle, but of course slightly updated, actually vastly updated, at least graphically, from what we could see in the trailers. This rifle seems like the top of the typical AR, so the rail, as it was seen in Reach, looks like it's been slimmed down or lowered. The slant isn't as angular, I guess. So this, like, the angle is closer to a 180 than I guess a 70 degree from the previous Reach game. So pretty interesting to see. Again, now we kind of move on to the figure review of this, but yeah, paint for this guy is pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it too well there. I'm recording this on a OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren edition, so we're using that camera. But what you can see is that the boots have sort of this silvery metallic wash/application to them to basically make it look like it's some battle damage. Personally, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Reach armor, specifically from Reach armor, in the game, because we do know that Infinite is kind of going back to a Reach and Halo CE style of armor, as well as CE being their prime influence. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the next figure. This guy is, like I said, he's probably my least favorite just because of the color, but the battle damage application is pretty nice. Rocking the FJ Para shoulders, but otherwise basic, sans the assault rifle, basic Reach figure, and basic Reach armor. So we'll get him back on the stand. Close enough. And I'll post him again later on. Next, we're going to come to the last Reach-inspired armor. This is the Spartan Gungnir. And I believe the pronunciation is Gungnir. It's very much a Norse mythology name, as with the whole Mjolnir, Yggdrasil, all of the Spartan armors, especially the Mark I Yggdrasil, is all Norse mythology, which, me being a Norse mythology nut, listening to Norse metal and all of that, this it always piqued my interest. But let's get back to the review of this guy before we get off to too much of a tangent. But yeah, this figure is rocking the base Reach Gungnir, as it seems. Just by looking at this armor, I'm not seeing anything too different that would be noticeable as like a standout. Oh, they did this different for Halo Infinite. So to that, I guess I'll just go ahead and... Oh, actually, I just noticed this. Yeah, so it seems like he's rocking the June's shoulder plate. June did have his other shoulder plate. I think it was this... No, it was the right. June's right shoulder plate had the sniper bullets, the sniper rounds, while his left shoulder had this knife attachment. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's the first time that we're getting that in these Mega Constructs figures, but that's interesting. I'll try and zoom in on that. Yeah, okay. Moving down to the boots. This actually kind of gives us a little bit of an indication at the armor. If this is going to be the boots for the Halo Infinite Spartans. I'm liking it. It seems like it seems like a throwback to the Halo CE Mark V boot, where you had the armor out here in the front, the main serious armor for the shin and the knee, but you have this kind of, not necessarily opening, but divot, I guess, to the boot. If you can see that. So if that's indicative of the Spartan customization in Infinite, I'm kind of excited. This is very Halo Combat Evolved. And of course we can see the what I'm going to call right now the rotary nail gun, because literally you think of a nail gun with this front attachment here, but instead of the nails being loaded up this way, it's done in a almost like a Magnum. You take a look at a Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum, or really any Magnum, any revolver. It has this rotating drum, which actually in figure form does actually rotate and can be removed. But yeah, so what I'm thinking this is maybe the UNSC answer to the Brute Mauler, or this could be the Brute Mauler, or maybe a newer, more banished, refined Mauler. So it's very interesting. I kind of think it's a UNSC weapon, just because of the design of it. But if these are blades down here then, and if I just bring in the Brute Warrior, if he'll, yeah, you can kind of see that the colors match. And of course, I mean, this is plastic, and there's only so much you can do with these figures at this scale, paint-wise. Even though what you can see here, like the color combinations here, the applications on both figures here are quite nice. It was really difficult picking out figures from the box that looked the most pristine, because very, very minor issues with paint on these. I think as the years have gone on, these minifigures have only gotten better, which is why I kind of put these minifigures higher than a typical Lego minifigure. So a lot of people who are Lego only are probably going to hate me for that statement, but too bad. This is my channel, my opinion. And my opinion's better than yours. Anyways, I will touch on him in just a moment here. I'm just kind of going down the line. So we'll get to the Ultra next, and then I'm going to jump over to this side. But yeah, so he's rocking the Commando shoulder on the left, much like Carter. And otherwise, that's really it with this Gungnir. Very good figure, rocking the same metallic green as the Warthog from last year. If you can kind of see, I don't know how well that, yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, it's basically the same kind of metallic military green as the Warthog from the 10th anniversary Mega Bloks. So that's pretty nice. I'm glad that we're getting a Spartan in this color. Other than Master Chief and the Warthog. I'll just go ahead and leave this in the background. Alright. Next up, and I'm going to start going quicker here, just because of the time so far in the video. I think we're at 14 minutes, 15 minutes. So next up, I'm going to go to the Elite Ultra. So basically the Ultra is very much the same as how we saw him in Reach, but this is where things start to change for Infinite, or for his appearance in Infinite. If you look at the feet, these are the Halo 2 Anniversary and subsequently the Halo Wars 2 feet. And the back of the what do I want to call this? The harness? Yeah, the back of the harness is Halo 2 and Halo 3 as well. The chest plate, and I'll have to move this for a second here, but as you can see, that chest plate, which is nicely done in that color, I like the yellow application there. Really good for the lights. Looks dope. But as you can see, that's a very Halo 3 armor. So it looks to me like if this is going to be the design for Halo Infinite's elites, not all of them of course, but at least the Ultra, it looks like we're combining the best of Halo 2 with Halo 3 and Halo Reach. I am digging this elite. It's a culmination of everything Bungie did in the old games, plus the good of 343, Halo 2 Anniversary, and Halo Wars 2, even though that was Creative Assembly, but still. Good stuff. I'm excited for these elites in Infinite. Not gonna lie. Alright. Now I'm gonna move on to our Marine Sniper. Now I thought at first this sniper was going to be my least favorite, but actually it turns out she might be my, if I can actually get it to focus, there we go. Thanks, camera. Oh, come on, focus again. There we go. But yeah, this is very much a throwback to the days of old. Now what's funny, and I don't know if this is just because Mega didn't have a different backpack, but she's using George's backpack, but it's done in this kind of tan, yeah, basically just a typical tan plastic. Sculpt is pretty decent. You know, it's the same as the old George backpack. But she's rocking the Mark V shoulders, which kind of threw me off a little bit. And we'll get to this in just a moment here. I'm going to move this out of the way. But it's kind of like a mishmash of different things. I don't know how to feel about the Mark V shoulders. I don't know if this is just a placeholder because they don't have the specific Marine shoulder, but if they're going to be using, if the snipers are going to be using some form of the Mark V, or if this is supposed to be like a quote-unquote Mark V combined with ODST, I'm kind of intrigued, but I think they'll do it right. Anyways, we have camo for the pants. We'll get in here, stop focusing on the background. There we go. We have a grenade on the side, which is pretty cool. Little tactical pack. I know, we have more interesting characters in the background camera, but please focus. Sorry about the camera issues, guys. Yeah, but we're rocking the same sniper rifle from Halo 5, Halo 4. Which honestly, I'm not really against that sniper rifle. It's still the Halo sniper rifle. You know, it's a 50 caliber sniper rifle. I'm just glad that the sniper hasn't changed to some generic, you know, M14 or intervention. But anyways, so as you can see, she's a redhead with a ponytail. But you can also swap out her head, and I'll do that real quick. And you can actually give her something I didn't know she was going to come with, which I'm sure not a lot of other people did either. But she also comes with an ODST helmet. And as you can see, it's Romeo's helmet. Let me snap that in. There we go. So as you can see, she also has the Halo 3 ODST Romeo helmet, which I think it makes this Marine look that much cooler. So it kind of makes me wonder if she's an ODST, but also interchangeable with a normal Marine. Interesting. But I am loving where things are going with this character. But yeah, I don't think... No, she is using the female torso. But yeah, there's our Marine Sniper / ODST with huge backpack. Mjolnir armor, maybe. And paint applications are pretty good. I am digging the camo. I'm digging the pouch, the grenade, the rifle, or the bullets on the thigh. Yeah, and the chest piece is just a typical armor. Nothing special. But I like this. I like this a lot. And now, for our second to last character that we're going to look at is the Brute Warrior. And starting now, I'll be going a little quicker just to get us past, or just to get us through this before we hit 25 minutes. Yeah, as you can see, very much a Banished style Brute. He's rocking this metal skirt piece, which this is just a soft plastic, which lets you get some good posing. But as you can see, it's kind of a mix of Halo 3, Halo Reach, and the Banished. It's a mix of Halo 3 because you've got the armor, you've got the shin guards, but he's just has his kind of bare leg exposed. But it's banished in the color and the style of the armor in some places. But then it's Reach with the helmet design and the way that the shoulder armor it almost meshes with kind of that Banished metal design and Reach and a little bit of the Halo 3 kind of chieftain, at least the War Chieftain armor. It's kind of like every Bungie design and Halo Wars 2 design kind of thrown together, and I am liking this. And then as you can see, the weapon is... I still don't know what to think of this weapon. Part of me wants to say that this is just a new look of the Brute Shot, because there are other Brute Shots in this scale for these figures. But this doesn't quite seem like a Brute Shot. The blade tells me Brute Shot, and so everything up till here. So if we take that, Brute Shot. When we look at this, over here, when we look at the barrel, I'm thinking shotgun. But it's also very circular and wider. So, is this a grenade launcher? Is this a shotgun? What is this? All I know, it has a blade. It's a brute weapon. And I guess we'll find out in July. Maybe. Hopefully. 343, please don't let us down. Don't make us have to wait anymore for any information. Why is this video covering information on what the game could potentially be instead of, getting actual gameplay footage? I know why that they're not going for any sort of marketing, and that's because Halo 5's marketing was basically a lie. A very expensive lie. So, we're all in anticipation. I'm excited for the potential open world look that we're going to see in July, but I need more than just this. This is nice, but I need more. I need more. More. Okay. I promise this is the last one. I know we've hit 26 minutes. Good God. But here we are with probably my favorite figure in this entire line, and at least from what I've seen so far, an entirely new character with entirely new armor, at least from what I can see. The boots are a reuse from the Gungnir back there, but this is the Spartan Gen 3 Mark 7. Super cool figure. And I am loving the close-up of this almost Mark 5B meets Reach EVA Chin meets, I don't know, it's very Mark 5B but updated, and it just looks better. That's how I'll put it. But it's very Reach inspired, but also very Halo 3 inspired, and very inspired by Master Chief's armor that he wears in Infinite. As you can see, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this for a moment. But we'll go back to looking at... So, before I get to the rest of the armor, I'm just going to talk about the gun. So this seems to be a pump action forearm grip shotgun. Now, I don't know if this is going to replace the standard shotgun that we've had in all of the Halo games. I don't know if this is supposed to be more of a rapid fire. You hold down the trigger or hold down the left mouse button and you just fire this gun endlessly, like a semi-auto AA-12. But I'm digging this gun. If it does replace the old shotgun, I'm going to be disappointed. But if this turns out to be a variant or just a new shotgun, I'm kind of hyped. I'm interested to see what this looks like, and I'll bring this into more of like a first-person view for us. I mean, you think, looking at it like, come on, got it, focus. Looking at this from that angle, kind of cool. Okay, come on. There we go. If we look at it from that angle in a first-person look, kind of digging that. Not gonna lie. Alright, anyways. Since my camera doesn't want to focus, which is fine. Never loved you anyway. Let's take a look at the chest armor. So, right off the bat, it looks very Reach inspired, very, CE Reach era, but just different, more angled, slightly angrier. I don't know, it gives off a more aggressive feel, and it kind of like the Mark 7 helmet. It's very much Mark 5B inspired, but just much more aggressive, and it just looks good. It looks better. Just sharp. It's tighter. It has the up armor that we're used to seeing from like the Mark 5 and the Mark 6, but just by default. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for this helmet. It looks so Halo. Guys, we don't have to deal with that, like, Keurig cup helmet, like that Keurig machine helmet thing. What was it, the Seeker? The Seeker helmet in Halo 5? Like that weird looking nonsensical helmet? Guys, we have the Mark 5B basically. But it's nice. It's so good. It's so clean. Oh my god. Anyways. So, one more thing I actually want to touch on. So, armor-wise, this is the Mark 7. I know you can't really make out the detail too well, but that's the best I can really do. These are small figures again. If I had the taller figure, we might be able to get some better detail. But as you can see, the shin armor, similar to the Gungnir, in that what we get is kind of that the heavy armor covering the shin, and then this sort of divot that leads into a less protected section, but I guess is for lighter weight. Very similar to the Mark 5 from CE. And if we look at the back, we notice this is it's kind of like the classic Mark 6, but just slightly updated, of course, to fit with how the Gen 3 Mark 7 Master Chief, whatever they're going to call it, I guess the standard the standard Gen 3 Mark 6, which honestly, if you take a look at Chief's armor in the trailer, it's the exact same armor to a T as the Halo Legends, the package armor. I urge you guys to go watch that part of Halo Legends, because you can see that those armors for Kelly, Fred, and Chief, they're going to be the same armors that we're going to see in Halo Infinite. And I'm hyped, because that's why Master Chief looks huge, why he looks like a tank in Halo Infinite, why he looks like he's actually been lifting, is because he's basically pulled straight out of Legends, where he looks like he's a tank instead of, a more athletic guy. But, yeah. One thing, too, and now I know Mega Bloks does this with their figures. They just give random colors for no reason, other than just because, hey, different armor colors look cool. But I don't know, are we going to be able to customize just individual sections of armor? Just the color? Like, let's say I have the gray base, and I'm like, I want to make my right arm red, and I want to make my helmet red, but I want to leave the rest of this gray. Just this, like, stormy gray. I like that. Personally, I don't know. I would have just gone with a full gray and leave the red helmet. Or full gray, red shoulder pads, and that would have been cool. Or you could even go full gray, but I don't know, some red accent marks? I don't know. If this is just a taste of the level of color customization, that's going to give us a lot of options come December or November, whenever they decide to release it. But yeah, detail is pretty good, even though there's really not much paint. It's basically just molded plastic. You know what? Since I have the figure next to this, I'm going to go ahead and bring in a polybag figure from before, from earlier this month. So this is the Clash on the Ring, Clash on the Ring Spartan, and this is the Mark 5 from Halo CE, compared to our Mark 7. Oh man, they look like they just look so close together. Turn it around. Man, God, it looks so Bungie-era. I'm excited. As you guys can probably tell from the fact that we're hovering close to 37 minutes, and all I've really been doing is reviewing figures and speculating. But having these guys in hand, God, it makes a difference. It makes me hyped for Halo Infinite. Guys, we are less than a month away from getting real solid news. I can't wait. Well, I've taken you guys' time enough. Stay safe. We will overcome what's going on in the world right now, though I won't get into that just because this is not time for negativity, especially since we just took a look at what may possibly be the return to form for Halo. Never thought I'd be saying that, but here we are. We're actually here. Well, anyways, stay safe, guys. I'll see you later, and have a good one.